Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Babu Nahi an Riwayati an Du'afa wal Ikhtiyar fi Tahammuliha. The chapter with regards to the prohibition of narrating from weak narrators and the caution of telling it to others. وحدثنا محمد بن عبد الله بن نمير وزهير بن حرب قال حدثنا عبد الله بن يزيد قال حدثنا ابن أبي أيوب قال حدثني أبو هاني عن أبي عثمان مسلم بن يسار عن أبي هريرة عن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أنه قال سيكون في آخر أمتي أناس يحدثونكم ما لم تسمعوا أنتم ولا آباؤكم وإياكم وإياهم. Narrated from Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu from Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam that he said, in the later part of my ummah, people will narrate, speak such things which you have not heard, nor have your fathers heard. وَإِيَّاكُمْ وَإِيَّاهُمْ. So beware of them. وحدثنا حرمة بن يحيى بن عبد الله بن حرملة بن عمران التجيبي قال حدثنا ابن وهب قال حدثني أبو شريح أنه سمع شراحيل ابن يزيد يقول أخبرني مسلم بن يسار أنه سمع أبا هريرة يقول قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يكون في آخر الزمان دجالون كذابون يأتونكم من الأحاديث بما لم تسمعوا أنتم ولا آباؤكم فإياكم وإياهم ولا يذلونكم ولا يفتنونكم. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says that in the end of time, right? Such people will be there that make that are false claimants, right? And liars. They will come to you with narrations which you have not heard, nor has your fathers heard. So beware of them, lest yuzillunakum, they lead you astray, and do not let them tempt you. حدثنا أبو سعيد الأشج حدثنا وقيع حدثنا أعمش عن مسيب بن رافع عن آمر بن أبدة قال عبد الله إن الشيطان ليتمثل في صورة الرجل فيأتي قوما فيحدثهم بالحديث من الكذب فيتفرقون فيقول رجل منهم سمعت رجلا أعرف وجهه ولا أدري ما اسمه يحدث. Abdullah narrates that indeed Shaitan, he will appear in the form of a man and will come to the people and tell them lies, right? Narrate to them things which are lies. Then these people, they will disperse, and a man from amongst them would say, I heard from a man, I recognize his face, but I do not remember, do not know his name. He said this. وحدثنا محمد بن رافع حدثنا عبد الرزاق أخبرنا معمر عن طاووس عن أبي عن عبد الله بن عمرو بن العاص قال إن في بحر شياطين مسجونة أوثقها سليمان يوشك أن تخرج فتقرأ على الناس قرآنا. Indeed, in the sea there are shayateen imprisoned, bound by Sulaiman. They are about to be released and come out and recite to the people the Quran. The Shah will say that things that they would present it to be Quran. وحدثنا محمد بن عباد وسعيد بن عمر الأشعثي جميعا عن ابن عيينة قال سعيد أخبرنا سفيان عن هشام بن حجير عن طاووس قال جاء هذا إلى ابن عباس يعني بشير بن كعب فجعل يحدث فقال له ابن عباس قل لي حديث كذا وكذا فعاد له ثم حدثه فقال له قل لي حديث كذا وكذا فعاد له وقال له ما أدري عرفت حديثي كله وأنكرت هذا أو أم أنكرت حديثي كله وعرفت هذا فقال له ابن عباس إن كنا نحدث عن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إذ لم يكن يكذب عليه فلما ركب الناس الصعب والذلول تركنا حديث عنهم. What is this thing now? So this person, Bushayr ibn Ka'b, came to Ibn Abbas and he began narrating things to him. So Ibn Abbas said to him, repeat the hadith so and so. And he done that. Then he said again. Then he said again. Then Ibn Abbas said again to him, قل لحديث كذا وكذا. Repeat so and so hadith. فعاد له وقال له ما أدري. Suppose he said, I don't know. عرفت حديثي كله وأنكرت هذا. He says, you know all of my hadith and you reject this, or do you reject all of my hadith and you know only this? فقال له ابن Abbas. So Ibn Abbas said to him, we used to narrate from Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam at a time when lam yakun yukzabu alayhi, when a time when nobody was lying about Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. There was no fabricated hadith. فَلَمَّا رَكِبَ النَّاسُ الصَّعْبُ وَالذَّلُولُ. We say when the time came when people started experiencing good times and bad times, تَرَكْنَا الْحَدِيث عَنْهُمْ. Then we started leaving hadith from them. حدثنا محمد بن رافع حدثنا عبد الرزاق أخبرنا معمر عن ابن طاووس عن أبي عن ابن عباس قال إنما كنا نحفظ الحديث والحديث يحفظ عن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم وما إذا ركبتم كل صاب وذلول فهيهات. So that we used to memorize hadith and right, and hadith used to be memorized from Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But when the people started going through this good time and easy time, then it was far-fetched to narrate from it. وحدثنا أبو أيوب سليمان بن عبيد الله الغيلاني حدثنا أبو عامر يعني العقدي حدثنا رباح عن قيس بن سعد عن مجاهد قال جاء بشير أدوي إلى ابن عباس فجعل يحدث يقول قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. Is it in your book also? قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. Again قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. فجعل ابن عباس لا يأذن لحديثه ولا ينظر إليه. He says he was narrating and he said قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم, right? And then Ibn Abbas, he didn't listen to his hadith and he didn't even look at him. So he said, قال يا ابن عباس ما لي لا أراك تسمع لحديثي. He said, what? Is there something wrong with me? I see you not listening to what I am saying. أحدثك عن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. I'm narrating to you from Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but you are not listening. So Ibn Abbas said to him, "Inna kunna maratan idha sami'na rajulan yaqulu qala Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam ibtararathu absaruna wa asghayna ilayhi bi adhanina." So he said that we used to turn our attention attentively to him and listen attentively. فَلَمَّا رَكِبَ النَّاسُ الصَّعْبَ وَالذَّلُولَ. But when people went through the different stages, لم نأخذ من الناس إلا ما نعرف. Then we stopped taking from people except that which we knew. حدثنا داود بن عمر الضبي حدثنا نافع بن عمر عن ابن أبي مليكة قال كتبت إلى ابن عباس أسأل أن يكتب لي ويخفي عني. So he asked Ibn Abbas to write something for him, right? But he should keep it a secret from him, right? فقال ولد الناس. He said, this is a righteous person. أن أختار له umur ikhtiyaran wa ukhfi anhu. He says, I should write something for him, right? And carefully, and I should hide it from him. فقال فدعا بقضاء علي. Then he called for the ruling of Ali. فجعل يكتب منه أشياء. So he wrote, said, must write these things, and he wrote some of the things. ويمر به شيء. And when he came across some things, when he came across some things that was written, some qada, some rulings that was given, then he said, Wallahi ma qadha bi hadha Ali. Definitely Ali didn't write illa an yakuna dhalla, except that he made a mistake. حدثنا أمر الناقد حدثنا سفيان بن عيينة عن هشام بن حجير عن طاووس قال أوتي ابن عباس بكتاب فيه قضاء علي رضي الله عنه فمحاه. So book was brought to Ibn Abbas رضي الله تعالى عنه. Was the rulings of Ali, right? فمحاه. So he wiped إلا قدر. So he wiped some of them out, right? وأشار سفيان بن عيينة بذراعه. And then Sufyan ibn Uyayna, he gestured, with his forearm. Look what's happening. Look what is he doing. حدثنا حسن بن علي القلواني حدثنا يحيى بن آدم حدثنا ابن إدريس عن الأعمش عن أبي إسحاق قال لما أحدثوا تلك أشياء بعد علي رضي الله عنه قال رجل من أصحاب علي قاتلهم الله أي علم أفسدوا. Says that they used to narrate these things from after Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu. قال رجل من أصحاب علي, and the people used to say, the companions of Ali radiallahu anhu used to say, قاتلهم الله أي علم أفسدوا. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala should fight them for this knowledge that they are destroying. حدثنا علي بن حشر أخبرنا أبو بكر يعني ابن عبد إياس قال سمعت مغيرة يقول لم يكن يصدق على علي رضي الله عنه في حديث عنه إلا من أصحاب عبد الله بن مسعود. He says that no one has been truthful to the hadith of Ali radiallahu anhu except Abdullah ibn Mas'ud. So that's why from the rulings I would rub it, Ibn Abbas would rub it out things, right? Because people were fabricating things and changing things. So in the beginning, they were saying that when he passed by something that he didn't want, or he didn't like, or didn't sit well with him, he couldn't accept that it was from Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu. So that conclusion, Nahi ani riwayat ani du'afa. So in the start here, they explain the end part. They are speaking about a person that is majhul. So when a rawi is majhul, there are two types. What's the two types? Wait, wait, wait. Not mursal and tallis. Majhul. Majhul is two different majhuls. What are they? In your notes? Just hold on, let me get my ilm quickly. So you get majhul rawi and majhul hal. Right? So majhul rawi, when the person, one person in the chain, yeah, not machine, is there, right? Is there. However, you see when they say ana rajulin, right? That should be under ibham. It's ambiguous. You don't know who it is, right? Majhul rawi is when nobody knows this person, right? His name is there, but nobody knows him. Only this person is narrating from him, right? Only this person is narrating from him, but nobody knows who he is. Okay. Majhulul hal is when there are more, even more than one person narrating from, let's say, Ahmad ibn Idris, right? People know who's Ahmad ibn Idris, but jarh and ta'dil wasn't made upon him, right? He wasn't verified whether he's a sikha or he's not a sikha or whatever. So that would be majhulul hal. Then majhulul rawi would be when the name is given, but nobody knows who he is, right? When they say an rajulin, this is ibham, this is ambiguous. This is even worse in majhulul rawi or majhulul hal. Yeah, you know. However, if in another sanad this rajul is named, right? Obviously, if there was jarh and ta'dil done on this person, then this sanad will become valid. Understand? Okay. أين be the person itself مجهول الراوية. باب بيان أن الإسناد من الدين وأن الرواية لا تكون إلا عن ثقات وأن جرح الرواة بما هو فيهم جائز بل واجب وأنه ليس من الغيبة المحرمة بل هو في الذم عن الشريعة المكرمة. So the chapter that showing that isnad is actually part of deen and that you should narrate only from those who are reliable. And jarh of a riwayah of a narrator is not only permissible, rather it is necessary or compulsory. And it is not the haram types of slander. Rather it is in defense of the noble Sharia. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. حدثنا حسن بن ربيع حدثنا حماد بن زيد عن أيوب وهشام عن محمد وحدثنا فوزيل عن هشام قال حدثنا مخلد بن حسين عن هشام عن محمد بن سيرين قال إن هذا العلم دين فانظر أمن تأخذون دينكم. Indeed, this knowledge is deen. So beware, be careful where you take your deen from or who you take your deen from. حدثنا أبو جعفر بن محمد بن الصباح حدثنا إسماعيل بن زكريا عن عاصم الأحول عن ابن سيرين قال لم يكونوا يسألون عن الإسناد فلما وقعت الفتنة قالوا سموا لنا رجالكم فينظر إلى أهل السنة فيؤخذ حديثهم وينظر إلى أهل البدع فلا يؤخذ حديثهم. So he says that there was a time that we never used to ask. The second one or the first? فينظر إلى أهل البدع بدع. Huh? Okay. First is أهل السنة, then أهل البدع. So he says that there was a time that we never used to ask about the sanad, right? Until the strife, the fitna started. Then they used to say, name your men, right? Name the names of the men that narrate us. If they saw it was from the Ahlul Sunnah, they would take the hadith. If they saw it was from the Ahlul Bidah, then they would not take the hadith. حدثنا إسحاق بن إبراهيم الحنظلي أخبرنا عيسى وهو بن يونس حدثنا أوزاعي عن سليمان بن موسى قال لقيت طاووس فقلت حدثني فلان كذا وكذا قال إن كان صاحبك مليا فخذ عنه. So Sulaiman bin Musa said, I met Taus and I said, Fulan, this person, right, narrated to me such and such. So he said, if your companion is reliable, then take from him. Right? So obviously we're saying he's reliable, it means that the only way for you to know if he's reliable is to investigate. This is what the proof that they are giving. حدثنا عبد الله بن عبد الرحمن الدارمي أخبرنا مروان يعني بن محمد الدمشقي حدثنا سعيد بن عبد العزيز عن سليمان بن موسى قال قلت لطاووس إن فلان حدثني بكذا وكذا وقال إن كان صاحبك مليا فخذ عنه. حدثنا نصر بن علي الجهضمي حدثنا الأصمعي عن ابن أبي زناد عن أبيه قال أدركت بالمدينة 100 كلهم مأمون ما يؤخذ عنهم حديث. He says that I have reached Medina, I found in Medina 100, right, and all of them are trustworthy, but hadith is not taken from them. ويقال ليس من أهلي because it is said it's not from our family. حدثنا محمد بن أبي عمر المكي حدثنا سفيان وحدثني أبو بكر بن خلاد بن باهلي ولفظ له قال سمعت سفيان بن عيينة عن معسر قال سمعت سعد بن إبراهيم يقول لا يحدث عن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إلا الصفات, that only reliable person. Okay. Yeah. You shouldn't narrate from Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam except from a reliable or trustworthy person. Or a trustworthy person is not trustworthy, shouldn't be narrated from Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. وحدثني محمد بن عبد الله بن كهزاد من أهل مروة قال سمعت أرنان بن عثمان يقول سمعت عبد الله بن مبارك يقول الإسناد من الدين ولولا الإسناد لقال من شاء ما شاء. Abdullah ibn Mubarak, he says that in the Isnad, the chain of narration is from Deen, as a part of Deen. Had Isnad not been a part of Deen, then whoever could have said whatever they wanted to say. Right? They can still say whatever they want to say, isn't it? However, it won't be something that would be relied upon, or it won't be something that will be accepted. وقال محمد بن عبد الله حدثني عباس بن أبي زرمة قال سمعت عبد الله يقول بيننا وبين قوم قوائم يعني إسناد. It says between us and the people, basically like what they're saying, that the only thing that will save us from now and the people that are to come is that the sanad should be there for him to know that this is reliable. وقال محمد سمعت أبا إسحاق إبراهيم بن عيسى طالقاني قال قلت لعبد الله بن مبارك يا أبا عبد الرحمن الحديث الذي جاء إن من البر بعد البر أن تصلي لأبويك مع صلاتك وتصوم لهما مع صومك. قال فقال عبد الله يا أبا إسحاق أمن هذا. He says that the hadith where it says that indeed righteousness will come after righteousness, and that a person should pray for their parents in their salah, or to fast for them when he is fasting. So Abdullah asked him, Ya Aba Ishaq, Amman hada, where did you hear this? He said, Qultu lahu hada min hadith Shihab ibn Khiras. He said, I heard this hadith from Shihab ibn Khiras. Faqala. So he said, Abdullah ibn Mubarak said, Siqatun, he is trustworthy. Amman, and from who did he hear? Qultu anil Hajjaj ibn Dinar. Qala Siqatun. He said, okay, Hajjaj is also fine. Amman, and then Qala Qultu, Qala Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So he says, he's saying here, Abu Ishaq is saying that he narrated from Shihab, who narrated from Hajjaj, right? Who narrated from Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Abdullah Mubarak says, Ya Aba Ishaq, O Abu Ishaq, inna baina Hajjaj ibn Dinar wa baina Nabi Mafawis. He says, indeed, between Hajjaj and Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam is a very vast distance. There's so much people that should come in between them. تنقطع فيها أعناق المطي. That the camel's necks would break in between such a big gap. ولكن ليس في الصدقة اختلاف. And there isn't in his truthfulness any difference of opinion. So we continue tomorrow inshallah subhanahu wa ta'ala.